Hi, it's Bojan and today I want to ask you a question. How did 2015 go for you? Are you determined to improve things in the new year? Did you know that 92% of people fail at the New Year's resolution every year? That's what drove me to make this short video. I want to help you to make your New Year's resolution a reality. First, this video is not a guide, as you'll find many of them in the internet. And most of these approaches fail because most people run out of, guess what? Willpower. My goal is to give you a different view on this whole process and why it is so important to go back and look at things that didn't go so well before you start deciding on any new resolution. Okay, so stay with me and find out a new way to make things happen in 2016. It starts with people constantly striving to understand their circumstances and their purpose. When something goes wrong, we often want to know why. And yes, I think it is important to understand the why behind our setbacks. Finding out the why of our setbacks in an honest way and without resentment and without blaming will give you amazing insights. Actually, this happens to me over and over again. Every time I look at some negative stuff in my past, in a more neutral or detached way, I often discover that it wasn't so negative at all and has actually brought other elements into my life, which I did not have before. Isn't that interesting? If something doesn't go the way you expected it to be, it doesn't mean that you failed. Your ego may tell you that you failed. But the fact is that things often work out in a completely different way, and then later we realize that it was actually to our benefit. Have you ever experienced something like this? Another important point I want to mention here is that everything that happened to you in the past was a result of your decision making at that given moment. But I see that most people in our society blame outer circumstances for their results, like the government, the accountant, their partners, employees, and so on. I think it is more empowering being on the cause side of the equation. Either you have results or you have reasons why you didn't get what you want. As Jim Rohn said, you must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. That is something you have charge of. Now, seeing setbacks in this light, they can create empowering energies for your future breakthroughs. And this is perhaps the real meaning of making peace with your past, by accepting your actions as a path you choose consciously or subconsciously. So it's about moving yourself from the effect side of the equation to the cause side and seeing all results as your creations in one or another way. And this process or mindset shift, whatever we call it, is the foundation for any change. I think that's the key to make your New Year's resolution a reality. I'm sure you get the idea. Therefore, the first step is to go back and take a look in 2015 in a more empowering way, without judging the results you created. Another very important point is, when you look back, is to assume that you are here to learn and expand your experience. So the learnings are essential and you may want to focus on that. We are all basically lifelong students. At least I don't know anybody who is perfect. As Thomas Edison said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Okay, here's the key. As soon as you accept that all your choices and decisions you took in the past have led you to where you are today, and once you're seeing and understanding your learnings, you have the power to decide that now I'm done with it. I've really had enough with it and I want to move on. So what I'm saying here, only if you embrace your situation 100%, you get the learnings. And the learnings are the key for your New Year resolution. This is the point where your energies are shifting, where changes are happening. For me, there's no better way to go. Okay, so practically, You start with all your learnings in 2015. Also observe your past habits, behaviors and patterns of thinking. Ideally, I recommend you to do this in writing. At first, write down all your learnings in 2015 in a joyful and loving way. Then second, based on your learnings, you consciously decide on topics you're done with, you're really done with, and you want to change. And third is to create a concrete plan to make that change happen and achieve your goals. I want to encourage you as much as possible for you to go through this process and come up with powerful new resolutions. Okay, great. I wish you and your family a happy new year and many blessings in 2016. Thank you for listening, and until next time, be empowered.